Coco Gauff, the future of tennis, carries Team United States into the United Cup quarterfinal. And per the words of Taylor Fritz, Coco Gauff carried the team. As always, this video is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act. In place of Zhang, the veteran Zhang Shui, ranked 205th on the World Tour, a Hall of Famer, a legend, a huge philanthropist, one of my favorite people on the entire tour, stepping up with the big task of taking down Coco Gauff to help lead Team China into the quarterfinal. Now, the first set, in case you missed it, was popcorn worthy, thrilling. A thriller is an understatement. It would go to a first set tiebreak. Now, if you're not familiar with Zhang Shui, listen, guys, she plays a lot of doubles lately with Christina. And the reality here is she is so good at the net. I think it caught Coco a bit off guard. She was a little bit surprised at how great Zhang Shui is at the net. The first set went to a tiebreak. Coco would ultimately take it 7-4. But Zhang Shui and her defense at the net, if you've never watched her play doubles, they are amazing. Her and Christina are amazing. She's just, if anything near the net is a no-fly zone, Zhang's going to put it away. And Coco seemed a bit shocked at how athletic she was, because Coco tried to hit Zhang Shui with a lot of drop shots, but she chased him down. And I'm not surprised. I mean, I watch her play all the time, and I'm telling you guys, she is so dominant at the net. Anything within her range in that no man land, she's going to put it away. But this match here, guys, after the first set tiebreak, I felt Coco did make adjustments. She'd take the second set with multiple breaks, 6-2. And I'm not going to say Coco took it easy on Zhang Shui, but I think she was kind of caught off guard at how athletic she still is at her age. Yes, she's getting up there in age. She's talked about retirement. We all know that over the course of this past season, even coming off of the 23 season, Zhang Shui set the record for most losses, right? Most consecutive losses. And a lot of people kind of counted her out, like she's done. She needed to retire. I mean, coming off of 2 seasons where essentially in the 23 season, she was 4 for 19. She was 6 for 14 in the 24 season. She's 0 for 1 to start this season. But let's not forget, guys, in the 22 season, she was 39-31 in singles and 36-24 in doubles. She plays a lot of matches. And again, much like Magdalena Freck, I say it all the time, she has frequent flyer miles. She'll play in any tournament where she can get in. She's that good. I mean, she's been as high as ranked 22nd on the World Tour. She's solid. And again, I'm not going to say Coco took her lightly, but I think Coco was a bit surprised at how great Zhang Shui still is at the net, even at her age of 35. And personally, I think when it comes to doubles, I think she could play another 3 to 5 years at a high level with doubles. I'm not sure about singles, but I think this is a confidence booster. As you see the Jordan fist pump there, to go to a tiebreak at her age with the 20-year-old Coco Gauff. In my opinion, Coco's in the best form on tour right now. I think Coco's playing the best out of everyone on tour. I think Coco's the best player on tour. Let's just keep it simple. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I think Coco is the best player on tour. Right now, Team USA is the favorite to win the United Cup. If you think they can win it, if you put $1 on them, you'll win $1 back. It's even right now. But I don't want to count Iga Swiatek out, because Team Poland, they do have a tough match coming up. We'll get to that in a minute. But again, I'm not going to say Coco took Zhang Shui lightly, but I think she was really surprised. And watching this match, I could see that by all the winners that Zhang Shui had at the net, she was a bit shocked. But Coco in the second set, I felt she needed to make the adjustment. She did. She was more aggressive at the net. Coco started to defend a lot more because, again, she was now expecting it. She figured out the rhythm and the patterns of Zhang Shui. And then she actually mixed it up behind the baseline a lot, because that's where you're going to beat Zhang Shui at this age. She doesn't really have the power and strength to go toe-to-toe with the top baseliners, especially Coco's backhand. And then Coco just got fired up. Now, in terms of Iga Swiatek, Team Poland, they're going to take on Team Britain. Katie Bolter, I do think that's going to be a tough match for Katie Bolter. They've never played each other. I think Bolter, if she's going to have any chance, she's going to have to play long balls with Iga Swiatek, deep baseline tennis. But if Iga Swiatek, by any chance, wants to turn this into a track meet, Katie Boulter is going to be in trouble. Katie Boulter is not going to be able to hang athletically with Iga Swiatek. I think that's going to be, it should be a win for Team Poland. That's going to set up some very, very interesting matchups because we also have Team Italy who's still hanging in the mix there. That's right, guys. Jasmine Paolini, ladies and gentlemen. She's still balling hard. Does Team Italy have a chance to win it? I mean, let's be honest, right? Paolini's going to take on Karolina Muchova. I think Paolini can beat Muchova. I really think she can. She can hang with the variety and the drop shots of Muchova, the slice shots. She can defend the net with her speed. I think that's going to be a toss-up. So Team Kazakhstan, Elena Rybakina, Team United States, they're waiting in the semifinal round. Who are they going to face? We're going to see. It's going to be either Team Poland, Iga Swiatek, Team Great Britain, Katie Boulter, or it's going to be either Team Italy, Jasmine Paolini, or Team Czech Republic, Karolina Muchova. I personally think, like I said, when the tournament started, I think Team USA is going to win it. I think Coco's in just the best form out of anyone in this tournament. I don't think there's anyone in this tournament that can beat Coco head-to-head. Now, keep in mind, it all depends on what the men's do and Taylor Fritz. You know, if Taylor Fritz has a sloppy game, it's going to come down to the mixed doubles where anything can happen. But Coco has not dropped the set yet in her singles or doubles matches. She's playing solid tennis. And headed into the Australian Open, I think she's going to win that as well. You take a look at someone like Zhang, who should have been playing in this match, but she withdrew before the tournament started, citing that she, after a long season, and again, it's been her best season on tour, an amazing season for her, she wants to rest, recover, and prepare for the Australian Open. And you can't blame her because her coach, Pierre Riba, he's not going to be with her, right? He's having a procedure, he's having surgery, so he's going to miss that Australian Open tournament unless something drastically changes, right? But it's, from my understanding, he's going to miss that. And I think it was probably smart for Zhang to prepare because she's not going to have her coach. So I don't blame her on that aspect. But I also think it could have been beneficial. But again, she needs the rest and recovery, as she stated. But I also think it could have been beneficial to play the United Cup because now you kind of have an excuse where if you don't win it, it's a tournament where you can play yourself into shape. You know, again, I wouldn't assume or guess that she's not in shape, but you can play yourself into better form going into the Australian Open. And because you have the aspect of the mixed doubles and the male portion of the matches where if you lose, it's not entirely on your shoulders. But again, I mean, just looking at the competition, I think it might have been beneficial for her to play, but that's her decision. I think she made what's best for her. And that's what a lot of ladies will be doing this year, in my personal opinion, with the scheduling being a big issue. The ladies are going to do what's best for them. Right? Because as we saw last year, a lot of these top three elite athletes, the big three was a discussion heavy around this time last year. They kind of faded mid-season, right after the French Open. SW19 headed into the Olympics and then the hard court. A lot of ladies withdrew from the Olympics. A lot of ladies didn't really do well coming back from the Olympics. Cincinnati, the U.S. Open. So I think we're going to see a lot more load management take place. And I think that's great because you take a look at Auckland. Look at all the American upcoming players that are doing well in that draw this late. So something to think about. But Coco Gauff lifts Team USA into the United Cup quarterfinals. Who is she going to face? We'll see. A lot more tennis to be played. Beautiful hug at the net. Again, Zhang Sui, future Hall of Famer, one of my favorite players on tour. She's such a sweet player. And you guys know how riled up Danielle Collins gets. One of her best friends on tour is Zhang Sui. That's how sweet of a person she is. Tennis in a minute. We'll be back.